Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. So here I am, it's Thursday before the show. I've got a few hours to finish this new mock of Tokyo as we're driving down on Friday and leaving it last minute as always. But yes, I am super excited to be heading down to England for Discovery Brick Show in Newcastle. It's in the top floor of this building, the Discovery Museum, and the show has been at this fantastic venue for several years. This will be our first, and it's hosted by Brick Alley, which is the LEGO user group, or LUG, from the northeast of England. Hey, so I'm not some egotistical douchebag, but I will start off with my own display as I'll talk over it, and I'm going to do a separate video about our recent displays anyway. So these are our micro cities, New York and Tokyo. I did of course finish the Tokyo mock, and I'm particularly proud of the subway which I integrated underneath. Anyways, I have tried to get footage of every displayer. If I missed one, gosh, I'm really sorry, but I did kind of whiz through the show when it was a bit quiet, so it's a short clip of each person's display. But it really was fantastic, lots of different themes, cool building techniques, 3 or I think 4 train layouts which are huge, and as with all LEGO shows, it's often a great way to see sets you will never likely own, but more importantly for me, it's seeing things you will never seen before, especially some of the larger scale stuff, because most regular LEGO fans will never build these kind of things at that scale. But also some of the more intricate, smaller builds display the builder's techniques that can be mind-blowing, and what's more, you can talk to the person who built it. Anyways, our display had a smaller version of the clone base, which we're in the process of enlarging, and it's always fun for my son to add lots of wee scenes with the figures. We brought a few Star Wars builds, our 501st version of the AT-TE, which is a heavily modified mock of the original set. There's a Dagobah diorama, the Mad Max 2 car, X-Wings from Rogue One, and the taxi and police car from The Fifth Element. So now onto this huge mock of Jurassic Park and World. It encompasses scenes from the whole franchise. Unfortunately, I don't know all the names of the displayers in the entire show, but these two chaps, Mark and Darren, did a great job. They won Best Mock of the show, and they also dressed up as John Hammond, and I think one of the Lost World Hunter guys. But really fun for them to dress up and really go all in on the theme. The detail is incredible, and I'm not doing it justice here at all. And these tree builds are excellent. Like, this is really good. I know how tricky it is to get this right, and they look so realistic. The density of the foliage is great. And this is so good. The Avery from the third movie, brilliant. The sick Triceratops, the Brontosaurus. Nah, they're expensive. Great dinosaur though, love it. The gate, man, this looks nice, and the Ford Explorer in there. I love this build. They really captured the angles right here. But inside is where it's at. This is next level, like the detail, no studs, a fully tiled interior with lights. It's so good. I could spend ages looking at this. Now this is really clever, the truck that hangs over the edge in Lost World, because it's really hard to do, especially if you've got to transport the mock, and they've got it spot on building into the side of the mountain. The plane crash from the third movie, again, I'm not doing it justice at all. Next up, this was great, a few castle builds. This one is like Rapunzel's tower, except she can escape by sliding all the way down, which you can really do with a mini doll, and it'll pop out at the bottom. Their castle was so cool, really nice to see pink and purple used like this. It had all these features, spiders underneath, and they had these cool unicorn knights which were utilising the heads from a video set. So just really good use of parts, love it. It's just visually stunning, but also the techniques to create this are really advanced, very impressive. These mosaics are just so eye-catching. The Luke's Rebel Pilot one is meant to be like a 16-bit pixelated video game style. It's so good. The Stormtrooper is brilliant. And you know, you can use software to scan a photo and then it will make a sort of instruction for you and you can order the parts and figure it out. I've actually done it myself for a smaller project, and I have unfortunately heard some folks in the general public saying that this was easy to do, and it isn't. And I don't believe the guy that made this did this anyway. It's like 20,000 parts. It's so much work and the cost is enormous, not to mention the time, and I think these are really fantastic. The Kit Fisto one is so well done to give depth to the image. It's really good, and I don't think criticising folks for using software is fair, even though I understand he didn't do this. It's just done meticulously by eye and by hand, so really impressive. Wow, so this is just incredible. The Glasgow School of Art, a faithful 2-scale model of the iconic building, and it's done by Gordon Finlay, who I met through doing shows in Scotland, and it's a real privilege to see this again in real life. And he's only displaying it this year and then doing something new next year. You know, there's just too much to say about this. There's a full interior. The library in particular is a favourite of mine. I've been in this building several times, obviously before it burnt down, and the library is my favourite. He also had a hidden basement which pulls out. It's just so good, and anytime you see something like this at this scale, I think it just makes you appreciate the time and work someone put into it. A really great achievement. Sadly, I never actually got a chance to speak to the folks right next to me who made this, and I love this. It's the 90s Native American range, which was brilliant, and it sort of ran alongside the Pirates and the Wild West theme, and you could integrate it with either. The canoes are really nice little things. Haven't seen them for ages, and I love the printing on the figures. All of them are in great condition considering their age, and they've created a really vibrant scene. And honestly, I don't remember the female characters having such buxom cleavage. Yeah, don't know if they would still make that nowadays. But there's so much going on, lots of fun details, and this is exactly the kind of thing I tried to build as a kid with my pirates. I wish I could have made something as good as this though. Oh, and the original Barracuda, amazing. This was so expensive back in the day. I only knew one person who had this, and they had a few bob. The Yellow Brick Road, oh man, it's great. It's really like the scene in the movie. Some more fun builds that the kids did as well here. Nice one. Huge stadium with a monster truck battle going on. Some really quirky fun builds for the vehicles. And I like the spectator stand. Loads of cool figures in there as well. I love this. Now, do you remember Robot Wars or BattleBots? I have pretty fond memories of this show. There was a recent series in 2018 actually, but its heyday was the late 90s and early 2000s, and this chap has built loads of mocks of the more memorable bots, and of course their foes, which were the house robots like Sir Killalot and Matilda. Such attention to detail. The arena is great. It's got lots of moving parts like the spinning sections and trapdoors, and I luckily saw a battle and it was just like the real thing. Not only do they drive, but they've got working axes and lift arms and all that kind of thing, so good. Total respect to the builder, very clever. I never got his name as usual, and he was right next to me and I just didn't ask. It was just such a rush. Bits of Lego flying all over the place. Now, a classic space layout, but not what you think, as this is all original builds, which is really refreshing, as there's nothing wrong with seeing displays of the old classic sets. I've seen it many times, and that's fine. This is all new, and it also integrates some old stuff like the monorail, and it's great, and the interior of the moon base has so much going on. Wow, a huge classic town layout complete with multiple railways. It's fantastic. Too much to see and talk about. Like, I could spend all day reminiscing about the old sets and the details. It's just so good. Very nice to see the old 1960s sets, proper classic. You don't see this very often. I love that shell truck. Such charm in the old sets. This aircraft, so simple, love it. The Western Town, amazing. It's so nice to see all the stuff and it's in great condition. Wow, the first of the huge train layouts. And I know the folks a wee bit who made this from previous shows. It's cool to see, the trains are great, but I love all the details in the modulars. And she's done the 3-story central perk build, which is really nice to see. A wee scene under the bridge, and that canal on the side is just lovely. I love seeing that canal. It's really, really well done, really well built. And I didn't get enough footage, unfortunately, as usual. Another train layout based on the local area near Newcastle and Gateshead. The bridge for me is the standout feature, but also the Intercity 125 that they had running looked exceptional. It's very impressive. I like the Angel of the North build too. Sadly, I lost the footage from the other sections, but it was brilliant, trust me. Next up, a haunted house build. It had multiple lights and sounds with creepy music, so much going on, even with subterranean sections. I didn't get much video sadly, but what an achievement. It's really, really nice. Love that floral mosaic, and this is about as close as I could get to the pinball maze, as it was always busy every time I passed, and it's a total masterpiece. And the interactive side of things is so fun, especially for the kids. Really nice build. Combined Duplo and Lego mech builds. Who knew that was a thing? And it's so brilliant. In particular, I love the Santa one, really good. And they're displayed quite well actually on the stands. It's quite good to be able to see them like that. And these Kawaii style cute trains are so fun. At the back, the mosaics. The Jack Skellington one is my favourite. The build on that is really challenging. Hats off to the builder. But they're all good, obviously. They really are good. The Taskmaster house from the TV show. The builder actually met Alex Horn. How cool is that? It's a really good build. Very, very accurate to the real thing. Some unique sci-fi builds here. The ship that Spider-Man clings to. The TARDIS from Doctor Who. Again, I didn't get much footage here, sorry. Lego Friends Heart Lake City Modular Street, brilliant! And the Botanical Garden set at the end, love that. And a giant minion, that's great. The lighthouse at the end is cool, but I love this Art Deco building. There was so much going on inside. Again, I just whizzed past this, unfortunately. Some cute wee builds here, but I love the Toy Story alien scene here. Unfortunately, this wasn't running when I went past here. They had a Rubik's Cube solving Lego robot. It was amazing. Hopefully next time I can film it if it's there. Transformers are a favourite of mine, especially the old ones. The Grimlock Brickhead style build is fantastic, but I love the old school Optimus Prime with trailer and of course Bumblebee and Jazz. It looks so nice. A huge Colonial Viper mock from Battlestar Galactica. What a build! The design of this is so clever, the tapered nose, it's excellent. Really nice to be able to actually see this in real life. I've seen pictures of it before on like Pinterest and stuff. Oh, and the space vehicles, they were nice. Another shot of the castle there. Great. Wow, I've never seen so many old school Lion Knights. Must have taken ages to get that collection. I have a handful from childhood. Oh, and the burning figures in the middle, they're quite funny. This is cool. I love the Santa in the back and the feast on the table. A really nice touch. And how good are those large minifigures? That is so cool, so cleverly built. The ships on top of the glass is a nice feature. I love the shark, and wow, look at that detail of the seabed and all the animals. It's amazing. I couldn't really get in here very well. I do love the classic Space X-Wing though, but all the builds are fantastic. It's just always busy with kids here. And how stunning is that Chinatown build? But I really like this Friends dancing mock using magnets, I believe, underneath. It's brilliant. Love the elves dragons. But my favourite was the Republic gunship mock. It's so much better than the original set. The wings are great. I love the scene and the Geonosis terrain. Wow, loads going on here. Some unique Star Wars figures that you don't see very often. Love the attention to detail on the terrain. Great use of parts. So cool. These fishbowl and fish tank builds are next level, outstanding. I did a build like this once, but nothing even close to how good this is. The use of parts and the colour and all the sharks, so good. And the park is great. I love these castle structure here and the 3 ducks. It's so cute. And inside the walls, this market scene is brilliant, so full of life, all the little stories going on with the minifigures, so many details, so many bits of food and other animals. And I really like seeing all the animals. I don't have as many myself, especially not cows, and this mini scene at the back here, they're great, the witches, love it. Wow, now check this out. If you're a castle builder, then this is a dream, isn't it? A huge scene like this. The waterfall is great, and that bridge is a lovely build. I like this company of soldiers here. And it's really nice to be able to integrate the huge new Lego castle set into this terrain. It looks amazing, what a great job. This town layout is so cool. I love the multiple layers with a subway, then a tram at the front and a railway at the back. Lots of original modular buildings in there as well. The last train layout, the track and the ballast around it is so well done. There's huge amounts of parts going into this and it looks really good. The station is a lovely build and they've got a huge number of highly detailed train builds. I was able to get a shot of the train coming past the bridge, and at first glance, you know, this whole thing almost looks real, or even like a model railway rather than Lego. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It's just a snapshot of the show, you know, and I really enjoyed the show, and I hope to be able to return next year with some new mocks, and I'll try and get some better video footage and maybe take a bit more time to do it. It's just when you're displaying, there's so much going on and you've got every intention of getting around to look at everyone else's stuff, but you just run out of time. Anyways, thanks for watching until the end, and if you're interested, I've started a new Lego modular city, so check out those videos next, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!